was my very first attempt to apply for a call center job, and I was able to pass all the stages of interview and assessment, not by luck, but because of these 5 very helpful tips that I'll be sharing with you guys in this video. Hi, hello everyone, it's me, your girl, Veronica Valmio, and I am back again with another video. Hi, hello, what's up guys? Kumusta? To those who are new to our channel, you guys are very welcome here. And to my 5,000 subscribers, thank you so much guys for always tuning in. So, before we jump into our topic, I just want to tell you guys a quick story about my call center journey last year. So, it was my very first job without a college degree. There were actually 2 companies where I tried to apply and I got selected in both. So, the first one was a teleperformance. I was already scheduled for medical the following day after I had my interview, but I did not carry on due to my wrong choice of site. Well, I know it was my mistake because I was the one who selected my preferred site. Little did I know, it's too inconvenient for me. Yeah, I know, it's stupid. So they couldn't transfer me to the other site because if that's the case, it's in their protocol that you should reapply. But you need to wait for 30 days before you can do so. And that for me was pretty long. So I just made up my mind to look for a different company which is just along my mom's hometown, and I happened to see VXI Club. Their hiring process was actually so smooth, so I reached out to them on their official Facebook page. There, you will be asked to provide some of your personal info, and they will also tell you to keep your lines open because anytime they might phone you for an interview. So I was so shocked when my phone rings on the same day I reached out to them. So I undergone both the screening and the initial interview over the phone, and I was invited to go to their site the following day for my final interview assessment. So I was able to pass all those. It was actually very overwhelming. It was very nerve-wracking. If you only knew guys how nervous I was during that time. So my whole body was shivering, even my hands, while I was answering the interviewer. So I was assigned to their premium account, which is the largest telco company in the US, AT&T, sales and billing department. We also handle basic troubleshooting. Just a disclaimer guys, all these tips, advice that I'll be sharing with you in this video are all based on my experience. So if you are planning to apply, or if you have an upcoming interview at a call center, so here are the 5 tips that will surely help you ace your job interview. Tip number 1. Evaluate yourself. Of course, you do not want to come to your interview unprepared. So the best time to do this is while you are making your resume. I suggest you guys to make a separate list of your strengths and weaknesses, your traits, or your characteristics that you can link to the job description you're applying for. You can also include your achievements, how were you able to attain a certain goal. If you already have any work experience, you might get asked about a certain scenario. How were you able to deal with this and that in your previous job? So be sure guys that your answer is always related to the job description you're applying for. Another thing guys, make sure that your list will not repeat what is already on your resume. So when you're asked this question, tell me about yourself, you can answer it confidently. This is also when you can brag a bit, of course, about your achievements, because you like selling yourself to the interviewer. So your answer to this question will also be the basis of the next interview questions. So make sure that you really know yourself guys. As an example, I was asked during my interview how my integrity was tested. Since I did not have any work experience yet back then, I relate my answer to my high school days. I can't remember exactly what I said, but it was about being a class officer when I was elected as treasurer. So we all know that one of the main responsibilities of a treasurer or class treasurer is to collect and budget funds. So I told the interviewer that I always make a breakdown list of everything, and I always make sure that class funds were spent appropriately and accurately. Tip number 2, do not make a script of interview questions and answers and memorize all those later. So I was also binge watching call center related videos back then, and how you can pass the interview, what to expect during an interview, and the like. So I watched a few content creators who were suggesting script writing. Well, for me, it's a no-no. Why? Because you're like fooling yourself. Every interviewer has a different approach on how they will gauge your knowledge, your logical skills, or critical thinking skills. It's still all up to you. If you think having a script will help you, then go for it. But personally, I do not really suggest this one. I noticed that interviewers nowadays no longer use old school type of interview questions. So what I did before was I watched a bunch of interview Q&A videos. I would pause the video after the question, and I would try to answer it loudly on the spot. And I would just then listen on how I can improve my answer. For me, it's a better way to practice not only your response for interview questions, but also you'll be able to practice your English, especially if your mother tongue is not English, just like us Filipinos. Also guys, for me, it's like this method will also make your thinking skills more flexible. Unlike when writing or having a script, you'll just get to focus on that. Well, during the interview, you should always be prepared for unexpected questions. So it's really important that you have a flexible mind. I hope you guys get what I mean. So if ever you still consider having a script or writing a script, please do not just rely on that. Tip number 3, do research about the company and about the job position you're applying for. So this one is connected to our tip number 1. It's crucial that you know what you're getting into. You might get asked a few questions about their company. Why did you choose their company? Why do you want to work for that position? What is it that inspires you to be a human? It's too hot in here. And the like. So be prepared for this one. Tip number 4, speak loudly and be confident. I know it's kind of impossible that you wouldn't get nervous while you're having your interview, be it over the phone or face to face. If it's over the phone, make sure to go to a silent room with good reception, so you both could hear each other properly, so you could also think properly, because we do not want you both to get distracted by unnecessary noise in the background. Also guys, be sure to sound lively over the phone, because while you guys obviously can't see each other, the tone of your voice will also tell the interviewer if you're really genuinely interested to get that job. If it's face to face, be sure to have an eye contact with an interviewer, but not to the point that you will scare your interviewer. And do not forget to wear your smile. And finally, here's our tip number 5. Dress decently and comfortably. So you do not need to be too formal. Remember guys, dressing well for an interview shows that you take it seriously. It also shows that you have a professional attitude. That's already it for today's video guys. If you find this video helpful, please do not forget to give it a thumbs up. Please, if you have not subscribed yet to our channel, please consider subscribing and click that bell icon so you'll get notified whenever I upload a new video. See you all guys on my next one. Bye bye, stay safe everyone.